informed about this upcoming election. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what you've seen as far as this group, where their support lies, kind of what they're thinking about. Obviously, it's a close race, and it's going to every group support them. Well,
I can give one example. I live in Delaware County, and it's kind of known as a red county, I guess, in certain circles. I'm a member of the Purple Heart group up there, and there are a lot of veterans, great Americans, and I was talking with one several weeks ago, and he said, you know, I support Sherrod Brown. He said, here's why I support Sherrod Brown. He said, we went to the Capitol on one of those Storm in the Hill days. He said, of all of our representatives, Sherrod Brown was the only one who took the time, personal time, to talk to us, listen to our issues, and get back to us with the results of that talk. And he said, I support Sherrod Brown for that reason, because he took the time to talk to us. And I think if you get to know him and what he stands for and how he relates to people, it's a slam dunk. So that's one of the reasons why I think there are a lot of veterans out there, as you see behind us here, that support Senator Brown.
Let me just add one point to the point I made already about who is better qualified to represent veterans from Ohio on Capitol Hill. And that one is that if you look at the demographics of veterans, and you ask yourself the question, most of them come from the 3rd and 4th socioeconomic quintile of the country. And then you ask yourself, who is most likely to be dependent on government programs like Social Security and Medicare, and which of the two parties and which of the two candidates is most likely to protect those programs that are critically important to veterans? I think it's pretty obvious, especially in light of the fact that Josh Mandel has already signed the agreement with Grover Norquist that he will not raise taxes. That leaves only one major pot of money to go after in the U.S. government other than defense, and that's Social Security and Medicare, which is critical to veterans who primarily come from the 3rd and 4th socioeconomic quintiles of the country. So between those 2 points, who's going to protect the long-term economic interests and security of veterans, and who's going to be most likely to represent them well based on their experience and their record on Capitol Hill? I think for veterans, those 2 arguments are compelling.
And one other comment that I would echo what she said. I saw yesterday, I believe it was, he said he's going to Washington to change Washington. Okay, well, Washington, U.S. Senate, since 1786, you know, they have the first quorum. The reason they hired a sergeant at arms to keep water on the floor in the galleries. Washington's not going to change that much. We need someone who understands how it works, who can deliver for Ohioans. And Sherrod Brown understands how it works and how to deliver for Ohioans. So that's what we need in Washington.
Are we likely to see any organized veterans groups coming out in support of Sherrod Brown?
United all.
But I mean like an actual organized group, like VFW, for example. Or
well,
they can't.
They can't.
Those organizations, American Legion, VFW, they don't endorse political races, and appropriately so.
If there are no other questions, thanks all for coming.
Thank you.